Hello everyone, welcome.
Pause. Okay, what is this? What are we doing? What? Why is there a bucket in the room? What did we just watch? A VTuber? What the f is a VTuber? Read the script. Got it. Okay. For us to understand what a VTuber is, we need to understand their narrative. I will be locked in a room for a week to research VTubers and the history on the internet. So let's rewind and take a closer look at the history of VTubing. Wait, did you just lock my door? Is that why there's a bucket here? We're doing the documentary today? Hello friends, after getting rid of the lock outside my door, we can begin our look into VTubers. VTuber comes from the word virtual YouTuber, and they are online entertainers who use virtual avatars instead of traditional live streams featuring real-time people. Real-time motion capture software is commonly used to capture movements ranging from webcam or mobile device to full body tracking system. This gives a VTuber the much expanded freedom and creativity to characterize themselves in the live streaming market. Vtubing also gives a sense of privacy for the creator, but it doesn't alienate themselves from their audience as the tracking allows for VTubers to present a live digital identity for their community. In this effect, a VTuber is similar to a streamer with a camera. However, you can be more creative with the freedom with your character portrayed, and it allows for creators to maintain their own privacy at the same time. Tubers have many undefined similar categories, one of which is PNG tubers. PNG tubers are VTubers who use PNGs instead. These PNGs have limited functionality as they don't possess the full facial body tracking for their avatars, instead using reactive PNGs or static PNGs for their streams. PNG tubers and VTubers as categories are rather fluid, as they both have varying degrees of shared elements between the two. Another example of a VTuber are VTweeters. VTweeters, a play on VTuber and Tweeter, are VTubers who don't stream much due to personal choice and reason, and instead use the social media platform Twitter to interact with their audiences. VTubers tend to stream on available live streaming platforms such as YouTube or Twitch. Let's move on to some general unlisted terminology of VTubers, starting with their country designation. VTubers use the country code ISO 3166 to designate their primary speaking language for the stream, such as EN for English, JP for Japan. Some VTubers may have other languages, though they can use for their stream as well. So when a VTuber has two capitalized letters short form of a country in their biography, that tends to be the language of the VTuber and their content. A commonly used term by VTubers is debut. Debuting is when a VTuber streams for their first time and goes over who they are as a VTuber as a character. This is usually in the form of an introductory video, but there are really no rules on it, as it is up to the creator's choice. Iterations of debut are used, such as re-debuting, where the character re-debuts their character in a different attire or new model. Debut indefinitely means their debut is on hold, and debuting with a date means they are planning on debuting on that specific date. Another term is Papa Mama, or in similar familial designation. This is a reference to their modeler or rigger, individuals or teams of individuals who help design and rig the model. VTubers fall under their family and may refer to them as such in their streams and biography. Collaboration falls under an offline and online collaboration, where offline is meeting each other IRL or in reality, and online is when they stream together through an event or a game together. Graduation is a term where VTubers graduate similar to a school setting and will be essentially retiring the character. There are plenty more terminology used for specific VTubers and their communities, and I wish I could go over them, but in the interest of time, we just have to go over the general terms of the VTuber community. Wait, don't cut me off. Wait, no. The history of the phrase VTuber dates far back to 2011. The term and idea is largely credited to Amy Yamato, who debuted in the spring of 2011 as a video blogger with a three-dimensional model that vlogged using the model in skits and videos, replying to questions on YouTube. She is considered the first VTuber to this day. For the most part, Amy held a small niche in the grand sandbox of the slowly maturing internet. It was also difficult to VTube at this time, as the software used for this purpose was limited in accessibility and affordability. Not only that, but the technology to track accurately was still in its infancy. Amy laid the foundation for what we see as a large industry today, but the community was still niche. From 2011 to 2016, the community began to slowly grow, but for the most part, the concept of Vtubing that is known today was beginning to take form with audiences online. FaceRig helped on its release on Steam in 2014, and Live2D enabled 2D avatars in its software in 2015. Another portion of live streaming online had its own development too, through Justin TV. Justin TV was launched in 2007 and allowed for live broadcaster streaming to find its niche on the blossoming internet. Justin TV merged to the gaming category under Twitch in 2011. This coincided with the relatively small community that was live streaming at the time, as Twitch started to gain considerable traction and YouTube live streaming services officially launched the same year in 2011. With the streaming world developing on the internet, we got our first successful VTuber to break through the rather underground scene. Alright, roll the music! This is where my pronunciation gets tested. So I drank some beverages and played Genji for 27 minutes to prepare my novice Japanese skills. I am practically a master now. A Japanese VTuber, Kizuna AI, debuted on November 29, 2016. It was the first VTuber to coin the phrase virtual YouTuber, which became VTuber as time progressed. 2016 saw improvements to general tracking software as Kizuna is believed to use the freeware Miku Miku Dance, an animation program used to create 3D animated movies, which was produced originally for Miku Hatsune, a Vocaloid software voice bank that deserves a video of her own. We don't have specifics as VTubers generally don't say what program is used, but this is a good guess. However, her model and introduction expanded the VTuber community to the surface of a primarily Japanese audience as Kizuna spoke in Japanese. It was a new way of entertainment that breathed fresh air on the general growing streaming population online. It bridged the gap that Japanese culture has with anime and combined it with its new form of more direct entertainment. Kizuna was managed by a talent agency, Active 8, a trend that is built up in traditional entertainment business models. Her channel grew considerably, with 200,000 subscribers by the end of March 2017 and 2 million subscribers by July 2018. She saw expanded success commercially in Japan, being in endorsements and collaborations outside the stream from early 2017 onwards. She performed songs virtually on stage for fans at Anime Japan 2017 and appeared as an ambassador for Japan's national tourism organization Come to Japan campaign, and even appeared in commercials for SoftBank. From her successful debut, the VTubing community began to grow within digital Japan. Alongside Kizuna, another VTuber rose to prominence, Kaguya Luna. Kaguya debuted in 2017, and with her personality rose to heights of fame that Kizuna had. She performed in many music videos and held virtual concerts and had talk shows of her own. What Kizuna AI and Kaguya Luna built in Japan was the groundwork of modern-day VTubing we see today. There may be more VTubers that rose in prominence alongside the ones I addressed, to which I offer my apologies to them. I wanted to highlight some cases that were the first successful VTubers based off numbers alone. However, from 2016 to 2018, we began to see the ascension of talent agencies, which we'll explore in the next chapter. I swear to God, don't cut me off. Let's go over some of the big talent agencies that exist in the community, starting with HoloLive. In June 2016, Cover Corporation was established with a specialty in virtual reality production and business. They specialized in 2D media content, and in 2017 they debuted with their first generation of VTubers known as Generation Zero. Technically, they were not released together, but they are considered the 0th generation as they were folded into the Cover Corporation family. Cover Corporation created HoloLive to house their talent and was the VTuber talent branch of the company. HoloLive would maintain releasing VTubers in generational waves and would debut future VTubers together as a group in a tight debut window on YouTube. From Generation Zero, we began to see a move to 2D avatars. HoloLive saw a great deal of success in Japan and started a large following as it expanded its roster and content. Its influence started to seep into Western audiences and began to see a following of non-Japanese speakers through translated clips. They debuted their first English-speaking group, HoloMyth, in 2020. But we will touch back with HoloLive, as at the same time, another talent agency rose alongside it, Nijisanji. Nijisanji, known as Nijisanji Project, started in February 2018 under the management of Any Color Incorporated. They too focused on live streams and initially aimed towards showcasing Nijisanji's live 2D face tracking application, but set themselves apart from other early VTubers who were using pre-recorded videos like Kizuna and Kaguya. They also focused on 2D aspects, electing not to use 3D models in the beginning. Their first debut was their first generation on February 8, 2018, a batch of 8 VTubers. From here, Nijisanji expanded its department with many more generations on many other popular platforms and countries. But for now, in 2018 and 2019 they grew into the Asian market, and soon expanded in 2020 with its debut of Nijisanji EN generation to cater towards the growing market in the West. There are more smaller groups that were founded during this time, but these two rose in prominence as the forerunners of VTubers today, that were founded from the 2016 to 2018 period. In late 2018, we began to see an active VTubing community jump from 2,000 to 4,000 members. From 2018 to 2020, the VTubers grew considerably. In the US, we began to see it surface and gain peaks in search trends in early 2020, where we began to see the breakthrough in the West. I wonder what song cuts me off. 2020 marked the beginning of English departments coming over to Western audiences. Prior to 2020, clips from Hololive, Nijisanji, and other VTuber groups and individuals began to gain traction on many social media platforms such as Twitter, Reddit, and YouTube. Hololive EN debuted with 5 members on YouTube as Hololive EN Myth, also known as HoloMyth, in August 2020. 2020 also saw the founding of VShoujo by former Twitch employee Justin the Gunrun Ignacio and YouTuber Philip Mautendo Fortunan. VShoujo was founded on a talent-first mentality and had looser rules of members, allowing for more freedom. Their first debut was a featured re-debut of 5 VTuber members in November 2020. In the following year, Nijisanji debuted its English branch, Nijisanji EN, with its first 3 VTuber members under the Lazulite banner in 2021 of May. To dissect some of the causes of the sudden and explosive rise from 2018 to 2020, I decided to call my friend, who locked me in my room for the week. He is, without a doubt, a high-leveled lore master in Vtuber history and characters. He also doesn't get that much sunlight, and I keep him happy every so often with Primo Gems and Genshin.
What's up, boy? Yup, that's me.
Wait,
You're probably wondering how I
is
ended
this,
up in this situation.
is this a flashback?
You see,
We don't have time for
everybody
this.
asked me to do an interview.
Okay, this is Blasphemy, the rat who locked me in my room for a week. We play a lot of video games now and then. He's gonna go over some of the causes of the sudden rise in popularity of VTubers in the past 2 years.
Honestly, it was a combination of COVID, with people staying in more, using YouTube more, the introduction of a lot of clippers who clipped a lot of the VTubers, and then those type of clips got a lot of popularity. And then also the introduction of, I guess, popular anime. That was probably the 3 trifecta of why it became so big.
I would continue, but we got a little sidetracked and started talking about types of VTubers and their backgrounds. It wasn't very productive.
People like, oh, I'm a mermaid, I'm a rock star, I'm a plant or something, I'm a rose, or I'm a dolphin.
There's plants? To get a different perspective, I asked another close friend of mine, who isn't as familiar as I am in VTuber lore, Always Wong, on VTuber impact in the past 2 years.
The f*** is a VTuber?
To highlight its growth, HoloMyth's Gura overtook Kizuna's #1 spot in 2021, reaching 2 million subscribers on January, and 4 million subscribers on June 2022. Nijisanji laid the groundwork for the path for male VTubers to be incorporated in their EN lineups, and debuted several generations of male-based VTubers, with the highest sub male VTuber, Kazuha, at 1.3 million subs on YouTube. On top of that, Nijisanji expanded to hold the most VTubers under their banner, at 216 total members across 3 branches. VShoujo became the forefront for Twitch VTubers, becoming Twitch's #1 VTuber talent agency. VShoujo Iron Mouse reached 100,000 Twitch subscribers on February 2022, and was featured in an interview with the Washington Post. The entire VTubing community by 2020 reached an active base of 10,000 members, and by no means in 2022 seems to be slowing down. I will confess I've known about VTubers since 2020. However, I didn't know anything about the history and how it became to what it is today. During my isolated week, I explored some more VTuber groups and servers online and met some really colorful individuals that are VTubers. For those who are interested in exploring this more, I recommend looking into VTuber servers as well. For an analysis on the future of VTubers, I called up my friend Critters for a quick breakdown.
Where did I put my pants?
We're recording Critters.
They're probably not going anywhere, and their popularity has started to pick up traction. According to VTuber statistics, the number of active VTubers have been growing exponentially in the past 2 years and is still climbing to this day. The vast number of VTubers only become an issue with oversaturation, but there has not been any cracks in the community as a whole.
For my takeaway during my week, the experience has been rather humbling, and I really hope that this trend continues its path into the unknown. As for a grander take, I would say that VTubers by metrics hasn't slowed down and are in fact expanding into marketing roles and becoming more mainstream than ever. They were cameoed in a Taco Bell commercial and are being sponsored by corporate entities such as Netflix and Crunchyroll. There are thousands of VTubers on multiple platforms, each one with unique backgrounds and personalities. So if you're like me and have a limited experience with the VTuber community in the past, I would explore a little bit more and try not to be afraid of trying new things out. As for me, I have a bucket to clean, a shower to visit. I'm a femboy VTuber now. Okay. Oh, this was kind of bound to happen. I've always been kind of a femboy IRL. So anyway, for more content like documentaries, interviews, and video games, feel free to check my handles out. And thank you for watching a closer look into VTubers.